Thanks for staying with us. The African People's Convention has launched its municipal election manifesto in East London today. The party says the approach to local government is to ensure service delivery and good governance. The party's leader, Themba Godi, joins us now to talk more on this. Mr. Godi, good evening to you, and thank you so much for your time this evening. Before we start with the interview, it's Heritage Day. I really would like for you to tell the viewers, who are you?
Thanks very much. I'm Themba Godi. Godi isibuyeya maguwa setane siyobozi nyameni ehlayuku washimbitana swa kuswekela nhlava eka mfumo akuva hundziwa ndlela va ta hundza vadya watinya va ta bola ku va tibolanga tiyondhumi ugodomhle u nga fanelwa kufa.
I tried to ululate there, but thank you so much for indulging us there. Let's begin with your manifesto. You've launched it. Why should the voters trust you?
Well, I think the APC does have a good track record. Firstly, when we're chairing the Standing Committee on Public Accounts, we were the lone voice that called for accountability on financial management. And as we have said, the basic task of local government is service delivery and good governance. Now, if you don't have good governance, you can't deliver services to people. And we believe that the APC, not only in relation to good governance, but the work that we've done to assist our people, be it home-based carers, be it preschool teachers, be it traditional leaders, be it land claimants, be it service delivery issues that occur. I think we have a good track record, and what we have initiated in our manifesto reflects the true character of the APC.
I wonder then, how much influence have you managed to have, because others have written you off, especially when you did not do so well in the last general election and not even having a seat in parliament, and others are saying that you're pretty much non-existent.
Well, it's only those that have not seen a ram. You know, when it fights, it moves backwards, not to run away, but to gather strength and move forward. We have said that our not being in parliament was a test of character, and we're going to pass that test. You are aware we are contesting 6 out of the 7 metros. Overall, we're contesting in 73 municipalities in all the 9 provinces. And our assessment is very positive, and I can assure you that come November the 1st, the APC is going to be a winner, whichever way you look at it. We are confident, and that's why, see, we took our manifesto launch to Buffalo City, very deliberate and courageous, to go there and announce the presence of the APC and to say the APC is here to stay.
And are you then contesting all the 9 provinces?
Well, we're contesting in all the 9 provinces, like I indicated. Of course, our biggest numbers come from Limpopo, followed by Mpumalanga, Eastern Cape, and KwaZulu-Natal. And our own sense, not only in relation to the content of our manifesto, which I hope we'll have time to talk to, but looking at the work that our comrades have already done and the level of preparation, I think some people are underestimating the APC at their own peril. Let's see who laughs on the 2nd of November.
And really delving into your manifesto, especially taking it to Buffalo City, as you say, it's bold. I mean, Buffalo City has been plagued by service delivery issues. We've been seeing quite a lot of frustration from residents there. What then are you promising? Because you're talking about governance, you're talking about the importance of governance and ensuring that good governance is at the heart of what local government does. Unpack then for us, what would it mean, even for a community as Buffalo City, because this is one of those where we've seen some serious service delivery issues in the Eastern Cape.
Very true. We arrived yesterday in Buffalo City, and driving around was really a challenge if you look at the state of the roads. And not only in East London, but we went to Ginsberg, to Steve Biko's grave, and also to visit the foundation. And the state of affairs there is just horrible. But look, we are saying that participation, transparency, accountability should be the hallmark of any governance, whether at local or anywhere else. And we are proposing, quite frankly, two unique approaches. Firstly, we are saying that each ward should be assigned a fixed budget, so that there is no ward where you'll find that a year passes by and there has been no services rendered to it. We're looking at 20% of the budget should be shared equally amongst all the wards, so each ward is guaranteed of a certain amount of money to deal with the issues that they will have prioritized. In that way, the people will be directly involved in ensuring that they have services. Secondly, we're advocating a policy of social audits. Now, this policy implies that, or means that when projects or programs are implemented by the municipality, it must be policy that the municipality must then come back to the people and say, how have you experienced the provision of these services or the implementation of this project? So that if there's anything that has gone wrong, whether it is in hiring or whether people were stealing materials or whether people took bribes, the community can be able to point those things out, and in that way expose wrongdoing and put the officials to the sword, and make the people not to be just passive recipients of municipal services, but to become active participants in their own development, which has been the cause of the problems we're having, because there's a huge social gap between government and the people, whether you're talking local or at any other level. And this practice, for those who don't know, it's a practice that is used by progressive governments in some states in India and also in Brazil, that seeks to put the people at the center of all governmental processes.
I wonder then, what would you say to this? Because I'm listening to the wards being assigned a fixed budget, and already, alarm bells are going off, given what we've seen from the Auditor General when it comes to just how money is being spent at local government level. Some may say that this is a pie in the sky. It's far-fetched, because some of these ward councillors themselves don't even understand what is at the core of what they do. So how do we then ensure that this budget that they have is put to good use?
Well, you are correct. Some of these councillors have no clue what they're doing, but the people know what they want. If you involve the people, you don't have to be clever, you don't have to be smart, you only have to be a good listener and do what the people want. Now, when we say each ward must be assigned a budget, we don't mean that the money must then be withdrawn and be kept in the ward, because then you are going to have the same things, fighting over the money. All we're saying is that in the accounts of the municipality, money should be ring-fenced, that this money belongs to that ward. The people must meet, identify, and prioritize whatever programs and projects they want implemented. And then the money is used based on what the people would have wanted, because you will be working with the people. They know what their priorities are. I've been to places where people have said, look, our main challenge here are toilets, or our main challenge here are roads, our main challenge here is electricity. So the money will be used based on what will have been agreed with the people. You want to involve the people. Let's stop this thing of thinking that leaders are very clever and people are stupid. It's not. Actually, the people are full of ideas and energy, whilst we as leaders sometimes tend to be very superficial and hesitant. So let's trust the people. Let's trust the people. They know what they want. If we say to them, here is the opportunity, here is the money, how can we use it? They will know what their priorities are.
I wonder, if it's the same thing. I'm listening to the social audits and how people will get involved in making sure that they hold those in power accountable. I remember growing up, there was something called street committees, where you saw some of the leaders in the community then, engaging with the ward councillor and making sure that everything is done in accordance to the needs of the community. Is that a similar approach I'm hearing you explain here?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Look, the Municipal Systems Act says a ward councillor should meet with the community at least once every 3 months. So if you have those kind of engagements, then you will know what the people want, because they will tell you and you will be able to give them feedback so people don't stay frustrated with problems and not know how and when they will be resolved, because there is a platform, there is an avenue to engage. And we in the APC believe in people's power. When we say amandla ngawethu, it is not just an empty slogan. It must be put to life to say power belongs to the people, and the people know better what their needs are. So our vision of local government is that is where popular democracy, participatory democracy must be practiced. And if you have that as your basis, then all the service delivery issues will be dealt with in those forums, and the people will be in the know of what it is that is going to be done. Where are we? Where is the municipality? Where are the resources? How are they going to be deployed? With what priority? Which would have been identified by the people. So that's where, as the APC, we stand. We have faith in the people. We trust the people. We have no agenda of our own. That's why we have no problems going to the people and saying, give us your priorities. Tell us what you want us to start with, and we are going to follow just that.
I wonder what becomes then the role of the education when it comes to communities, especially when you look at the fact that there are some of those who are expecting certain things from ward councillors, which they should be expecting from either, national government or, even provincial government. How is this going to form part of what you're going to do? Because it does look like there's some kind of disconnect there.
But you see, the disconnect happens because there is a social gap between the people and their councillors. But if you are meeting with the people on a continuous basis, they raise issues, you are able to explain to them where they should knock. And you actually, as the councillor, lead them to go and knock in those doors, because anyway you represent them. The reason our people would burn a councillor's house because they want a provincial road tarred is because they don't know. And the nearest leader that they see is their councillor, who stays far away from them and is not able. That's why Thomas Sankara said the enemies of the people are those who keep them ignorant. So the chickens come home to roost when the people that you keep ignorant then come to you to demand services that should be provided by national or provincial government.
Mr. Godi, as a final question then, I wonder for your political party, how much of an impact has the Political Party Funding Act had? Because other political parties are saying that they've seen some people who were supporting them withdraw their support because they don't want their details or even this information to be in the public domain. I wonder how this has impacted your political party.
Well, I'm actually glad with that act. I was actually at the center of processing that act. You know, if you don't know who fund your parties, you can never claim to have a democracy. Those who were funding from the shadows are now running away. And then let us see those who thrived on the basis of dirty money, how they are going to work. Well, as the APC, we have not been impacted because we have always lived from hand to mouth. It is only our commitment to the cause of our people that keeps us going. It is not money. So it has not had any impact whatsoever.
I'm going to sneak this in before they cut us off and tell us we're out of time. Are you a candidate? And if so, where?
No, I'm not a candidate. I felt, look, I've been in parliament. I should allow my comrades at the local level to also get into governance, do some stuff. But if there's been talk among some of my senior comrades that if we win the municipality at home, Bushbuckridge, that should become a consideration for me too. But personally, no, I'm okay. Even going to parliament no longer excites me. But working out there, building the party, serving the people is what still keeps me going.
If you are put in power in Bushbuckridge, what would be your focus areas?
No, in Bushbuckridge, it's very simple. Roads, water, joblessness. Those are the key issues that are confronting our people on a daily basis. That I believe, with a budget of close to 2 billion rands, I mean, that municipality is just that you have this unholy alliance of councillors, officials, and service providers who are in a generally corrupt relationship to defraud municipalities. That's why you find that there is no progress, there is no development, because of the unbelievable corruption at the hands of the ANC-led municipality.
Themba Godi, thank you so much for your time this evening. We certainly do appreciate it. That's party leader Themba Godi, and he leads the African People's Convention, talking to us about the manifesto that the party launched in Buffalo City earlier on today.